Chris the Nightmare Ariola, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man. Now, I know a lot of people, including myself, there are some things David Haye does that can irritate some fans. You know what I mean? Listen to some of his commentary, especially in that Joshua versus Molina fight, man. Man, he was, making me cringe sometimes with the stuff he was saying, just coming across as if like he's the perfect fighter, you know what I mean? But regardless of all that, and even, David Haye with his pulling out of fights and him showing his toe, after the Klitschko fight, the situation with Shannon Briggs, where he said he'll fight him if he fought on his undercard against Jarek Jai, and he did. Who did Briggs beat that night? Zarate? I believe that was that guy's name. Stopped him to the body, I believe, but said he'll fight him, then he didn't fight him. Then Haye came out and said he has proof that Briggs didn't want the fight. He has a contract or something. I mean, so he didn't fight Briggs. A lot of fans were kind of, curious as to why he didn't fight Briggs when he said he would fight him. Then he said he wants a title shot. The WBO puts him at the #1 contender position to where he could have got the winner out of Ruiz and Parker. He decided not to take that fight, at least yet, and he's going to fight Tony Bellew, a guy that's moving up from cruiserweight. There is some history of those guys talking shit, going back and forth with each other. But besides all of that, all the things that make you dislike him, he's the wild card of the heavyweight division, in my opinion, man. He, regardless of what you think of David Haye, he brings the amateur background. He has very fast hands. He has a good set of legs. He has the experience. The guy held titles in the cruiserweight division and the heavyweight division. You know what I mean? He is the wild card, man. He's in fantastic shape. And he can counter. And he's not your type of guy where he's trying to counter you like let's say, the style of a Malik Scott. You know what I mean? He's countering you with power shots. You know what I mean? He can counter you with hooks, and he punches from awkward fucking positions and angles. He's bringing punches from, literally up from the floor. You know what I mean? He's bringing them motherfuckers up from the floor, man, and winging shots. And he can possibly catch you at any moment and probably put you to sleep, man. I know a lot of people say he's too small for the division. He's 6'3", 78-inch reach. He has a longer reach than Joseph Parker. You know what I mean? A solid 225 pounds. Man, he's just the wild card of the division, though, in my opinion, man. Let's not get it twisted that we don't like him mixed up with this guy can't fight. And then sometimes he'll give you a fight like Valuev, where he's sticking and moving a little bit too much, not really sitting down, but that's rare, in the Klitschko fight, obviously. But then for those fights, he has his fights like the fight against Chisora or Ruiz or Macronelli or Mormek, when he was really sitting down on body shots and going to his body. He's a little bit more comfortable when he's in there with guys that are around his dimension and size. And even a guy like, Joshua, who's taller than him and has the dimensions of a Klitschko, he doesn't fight the way Klitschko fought, though, where he's, trying to dominate you with jabs and grab you and use his weight and all that type of thing. Joshua comes forward, you know what I mean? And he doesn't move the way Klitschko moved, you know what I mean? So I think that dynamic will be different if Haye were to fight Joshua. Not to say he'll beat Joshua, but I think his style's a little bit more suited for Haye, and we all know that's a fight that Haye wants. He's been damn near micromanaging Joshua's career. You know what I mean, in the media, telling him who he should fight, who he shouldn't fight, because a fight between them will be bigger down the road and all that. So he sees something in Joshua. Whether he can get it done or not, I'm not sure. Even when he sparred Deontay Wilder, I know that sparring session was years ago, but he was landing some good right hands on Wilder. I've heard different stories about that. Then I've heard somebody said that Wilder was giving him the business in sparring. But from the clips I seen, although it was chopped up to favor Haye, he was landing some good right hands on Wilder. And I was in sparring. They was buzzing Wilder. I'm sure Wilder did some good things in that session too that were not on camera, but the things I seen Haye did well, I could see him doing that in a real fight. You know, when you got a dude punching from weird, awkward angles, and you're not expecting them punches, and he's putting everything into those fucking overhand rights hooks and overhand lefts that he's throwing. He's putting a lot of power into those. If you're not seeing it coming, he catch that tempo, it could be lights out. Or catch the point of that chin, it could be lights out. You know, he's only 36 years old. You know, you got some other guys that will be considered wild cards of the division that are up there in age, like a Shannon Briggs. You know, but Haye isn't doesn't have the miles like those guys have, or like a Mir Mansour who's an older guy that has some skills that I think is underrated by some fans. You know, Haye has that championship pedigree, man. But yeah, man, I know this guy does a lot of things that we don't like and says a lot of shit we, probably don't like, and showed his toe at the end. I know everything there is that people don't like about Haye, but besides all that, that dude can fight, man. That dude can fight, especially put him in there with somebody that's around his dimension and size. Let's say like a Joseph Parker or Jarrell Miller, as far as height and reach. Hey man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Even if you do throw him in there like with a Deontay Wilder, again, Wilder doesn't fight that style that Klitschko fights. You know, he fights a different type of style. But you guys let me know what you think about David Haye, man. Is he the wild card of the division? Minus all the shit you don't like about him. I'm talking about what he brings in the ring when he's on, when he's at his best, or when he's pretty much at his best. Maybe his best days are behind him. I don't know. But just from what I've seen, he destroyed Demore. I know it wasn't a great fight on paper. I know that. But he did destroy him. The Jerry Jai fight, Jerry Jai looked like he came to lay down, man. But he did hurt Demore with that overhand right. I think it was a counter right that put him down, dropped him, hit him around the side of the head, whipped his whole damn head around when he hit him with it. But he hasn't really been in a dust up since 2012, and that was with Chisora. And Chisora's not an easy guy to get out of there. You know what I mean? And he got him out of there impressively. I mean, just look at what White just did with Chisora. Some people look at White as a heavy hitter. He hit Chisora with everything and couldn't get him out of there. You know what I mean? And David Haye got him out of there in impressive fashion. You know what I mean? But you could look at him, not being in a real dust up since 2012. Some people may look at it like he has some rust. Some people may look at it like it's a good thing, that he hasn't been taking any wear and tear. But hey, man, I'm telling you, man, David Haye is not an easy out, man. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm out.